brothers and sisters, put your hands together for Apocalypse.
Peace. Here we go. Another day from the desk of Apocalypse. Dogs to Gods Entertainment. With a quick word of reflection. In my reflection, I'm thinking of the Swan Song. I'll be thinking of the Swan Song for a long time. And one of the thoughts that came to my mind this morning is, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness, and all things will be added unto you. What is added? That's a question to look at. That's something to study throughout the day, if you wish. Added. And then the question comes to mind: how do you measure success? You know, I'm grateful for the life of Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan, because since I've become aware of him, I have witnessed kingdom building, righteous kingdom building. And we, from the very beginning, he said some words to me the day before I was in processing class, because I was blessed to be able to shake his hand at Union Temple Baptist Church. And I said something to him. I said, thank you for showing me what a free man looks like. I hope to be that way one day. And he looked me in my eyes, looked me down in my soul, and he said, don't worry, brother, you will. And I was in processing class the next day. That was September 20th, 1993. And from that very day, the thought and the desire to be free has been my mission all along. I was blessed to receive some Final Call newspapers from my then lieutenant, Brother Hassan. He gave me some papers. I was still processing, and I was nervous. I went out, I sold those papers through all of the stuff that was going on in my mind successfully. And when I returned to the mosque to give Brother Hassan the money for the papers, he gave me some money back and told me that I get a percentage. I was like, wow. That was the beginning of my assurity. That was the beginning of my thought that those words that Alman Louis Farrakhan spoke to me, don't worry, brother, you will. When Brother Hassan gave me some money back, I was like, wow. So this means if I do enough of this, I could be free of having to do the norm in this world and, do for self. That was the language, man, in 94 when I came in the mosque. This book, Walking the Road to Recovery, 9 Steps in Motion, I was attracted to the drug dealers, and I went out there and I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? I broke all the rules, you know what I mean? And became addicted to drugs. How you gonna make money when you're addicted to drugs? That's not gonna happen. So that's what brought this book about. But I'm saying all this to say that, the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, taught perfectly by the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan, as they're being poured into me through the ranks of the mighty FOI, the Fruit of Islam, the best. You know what I mean? See, it's a lot running through my head right now that I can't talk about because it'll take too long. But anyway, so just learning how to get out there on a daily, consistent basis to do something for myself has been and continues to be such a reward. And the levels of growth and development in that are so rewarding. I was talking to my wife this morning, and this is what brought about this reflection. It made me reflect on, that question, how do you measure success? See, because some people look at success as a whole lot of money and a whole lot of this and a whole lot of that, right? We ain't gonna talk about that. That's a measure of success. But again, seek ye first the kingdom of righteousness, So anyway, of God and all his righteousness. So, I'm reflecting on the fact that from day one, when we were courting, my wife expressed her interest in being a part of her class in a certain way. And so our desire has been since then to allow her to go as far as she would desire in that. You know what I mean? So, and that is the life that she lives. So to be able to wake up and be a part of your nation every single day. Now, I'm talking about my wife. That to me is success. You know what I mean? To bring a daughter into the world who never had to enter a public school to receive her education, always being a part of, whether being homeschooled by MGT or in one of our schools, our DC school, our Baltimore school, and then finally our Chicago school. Graduating at 16 years old, valedictorian, and then having to go, only because we don't have a college yet, then having to go to college and graduating from college at 19 years old. How you say it? Summa cum laude? Did I say that right? Cum laude? I don't know. I don't know. But at the top of her class, how about that? To me, that's more successful than anything. Now, recently, now I'm a musician, and I'm so grateful because I didn't know back then, but I found out through the mouth of Brother Rahman, Allah rest his soul, but then the minister mentioned it during the swan song, that his music impressed on Muhammad Ali's mind, Allah rest his soul, and brought him into the nation. And so being a musician, after learning the teachings or coming in contact with the teachings, I've always desired to do music that represented the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how this world will receive it. So it was a blessing to learn that somebody of that caliber in this world could be attracted to the nation by the music of Mr. Louis Farrakhan. And so, and I'm saying that to say, to be able to play my bass on the stage or what have you, in Masa Maryam during a time where we were able to raise close to $1 million, you know what I mean, to further our efforts as a nation, means so much more to me where that gift is concerned than anything in this world. You know what I'm saying? So seek ye first the kingdom of God. How do you measure success? See, that's a joy that's unexplainable, to be a part of something like that. You know what I'm saying? So how do you measure success? See, all things will be added. See, we still on the journey, and we see the light. We see that these things that we desire are right around the corner. But the kingdom is most important. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, it's so much I can say on that, right? But I'm just sharing this because this is where my mind is this morning, for us to reflect, and for us to look into the mirror of truth, because the swan song has us in the mirror, if we understand. And so, hey, that's our word today from the Deaths of Apocalypse. How do you measure success? You know what I mean? And speaking of that, we had a pretty successful journey this weekend at the foodie spot, and now we're back to life, back to reality. So if you're in Chicago, come on through 7350 South Stony Island Avenue and help us keep it going. Foodie spot. All right, enjoy your day. Peace.